want to go for a walk? You ready? Okay, let's go. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Why did I almost say Sunday? What is wrong with me? Well, what else is wrong with me? I sometimes wonder about my sanity, okay? I went into the spare bedroom yesterday. I don't even know what I was looking for, and I saw paint, okay? It was leftover paint from the bathroom, if y'all remember. If y'all will remember when I painted my bathroom last year. And I thought, well, gosh, that's the color I want for my living room, den, whatever you call this big room that used to be a garage. So I started painting the walls like I have good sense, okay? Now, I painted the mantle the same color as the walls. Now, I got paint all over the trim because the trim has to be painted anyway, so I just didn't care. But let me show you what I've done so far. I don't know why I do this to myself, because this is a big room to paint. Gracie would like to say good morning. Can you say good morning? Do you want to go for a walkie? I tried to put a leash on her one time. Long time ago. Yeah, Mommy tried to put a leash on me. And she flipped and flopped like... have y'all ever seen a squirrel that barely got clipped by a car and the way it flips and flops in the road? That's what Gracie looked like on that leash. I took it off very quickly and I said, okay, we won't go for a walk. Let me spin this around and show you the paint and then we'll go for our walk, okay? Isn't she lovely? Isn't she wonderful? Woohoo! I, again, will probably need to go back and make sure that I got it all covered, the white part. But that color is called Cedar Key, and it is a Sherwin-Williams paint. And I got all my stuff back on the fireplace. And someone wanted to see the fireplace before I painted it. So I will include that picture now because I found one yesterday because I couldn't remember how to get all my stuff back on there because I liked how it was on there. So I found a picture. So I'll include that and I'll be back, okay? Okay. Now then. So, a few funnies from yesterday that I thought was funny, that I thought were funny. First one, my dad calls, and he can't always remember everybody's names that he's wanting to tell me a story about. So, he's telling me something yesterday, and he goes, you know, Bob's daughter. First, I have to think hard about which Bob, because he has a neighbor Bob that he goes to breakfast with, and there's a Bob at the church. I have to stay. Oh Jesus, hold on. Hi, back to my dad and then we'll move on. Yeah, so my dad's trying to tell me, well, you know Bob's daughter, and I said, know her, I slept with her. And he never even took a breath, and he just kept going. And I thought, you know when when someone's not really listening to you, that you can say something like that and he just keeps going. He didn't even question it. It was a church retreat. I was the adult, she was a child. There weren't enough beds. I said, you can sleep with me. I think I laid in the bed for about 10 minutes, and then I got up and went, and I slept in the floor in the hallway because she snored like a chainsaw. So we didn't actually sleep together, but I was trying to trip my dad up, and he didn't trip. He did not even trip. He didn't even slow down. He didn't hear a word I said. He just kept right on going. Know her. I slept with her. There was no sleep that occurred. There was not even much of me closing my eyes that occurred because I was like, I can't sleep with Chainsaw Chandler in there. That was pretty good, wasn't it? Chainsaw Chandler. I mean, that's not her name, but anywho, moving on. So, I don't know if you could tell, but Phoenix came running up behind me this morning while we were out walking. And so they're home. And last night, they literally had just pulled in the driveway, and here they come running over. And I had to tell them, 7 o'clock. Come back at 7 o'clock because I'm on the phone now. I was on the phone with Kay. And then my friend Kim calls me. And yes, we've got to get through the phone calls, so come back at 7. And then my dad called while I was on the phone with Kim. So when I tell y'all that I get a lot of phone calls, I ain't lying, okay? I stay on the phone a lot. But they usually end around 7 because I like to have my quiet time in the evening. I didn't get that last night. I told them to leave. It was about 8:45, and I said, well, I'll walk y'all down the driveway with Penny so she could top it off. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, I didn't get back in the house till 9 o'clock, and then I had to do my shower, and my settle down didn't happen, okay? But anyway, now, when I tell you this, you might not think it's as funny as I did, and when I retell it, it's probably not going to sound as funny, but it caught me so off guard when she said it that I just laughed out loud. But we will discuss it further, okay? Because, as I said, I worked in children's church. I was a Sunday school teacher. I say worked. I was a preschool teacher. I've done all the teaching in church. So we will discuss this further. But this caught me so off guard last night that all I could do was laugh out loud, okay? Because when I was 6 years old, going on 7, I don't even think I knew what hell was. I don't think I did. So she's sitting over there on the couch. They both practically sat on me for the first half hour until I was like, can y'all move? Because one of y'all is sitting on my leg and the other one is sitting, anyway, like here, and I need to breathe, okay? She's sitting over there and she's talking about animals that have passed on to glory. And she says something about her dog or her cat or something, I don't know. And then she says, they're in heaven. And I said, well, they're in heaven with Charlie. And she goes, yeah. And then Penny will die and go to heaven. And I said, yeah. And she goes, I'm going to miss them. And I thought she meant here on earth, right? Boy, was I wrong. I said, yeah, you know, but that's sadly, that's part of life. None of us are going to be here forever. She goes, I'm going to miss them because I'm not going to heaven. I said, what do you mean you're not going to heaven? She said, oh, didn't you know? I'm going to hell. I'm sorry to laugh. I know it's not a laughing thing, but when a 6-year-old just calmly tells you that, it caught me off guard, okay? And when I'm caught off guard like that, I don't know if it's laughing out of nervousness. I don't know what it was, but I busted out laughing, okay? And I was like, what makes you think you're going to hell? She said, well, sometimes I cuss. Okay. She said, and sometimes I flip my middle finger. I said, okay, so those are not nice things to do, but that's not going to send you to hell. And she goes, oh yeah, I'm going to go to hell because I get so mad sometimes that I don't know what to do, so I just cuss. And then I throw the middle finger, and I was like, okay, all right. We're going to reconvene on at another time to discuss these things further. But I was telling my friend Kim last night, I don't think she is mentally ready for the discussion
of how to get saved, okay? I don't think she is. Now, Naomi understands it, and she knows who Jesus is, and she talks like an adult about Jesus. Phoenix isn't there yet, okay? So, yeah. The fact that she told me she's going to hell for cussing and throwing her middle finger. And then I found a video on my phone where she's shooting herself the finger on my phone. And then this morning when she walked me back home, she was talking about her mom being pregnant with her. And she said, yeah, when my mom was pregnant with me, she almost died because I was so big. And she said there wasn't room for me in her tummy, so I had to go to her feet. She said, so I stayed in her feet until it was time for me to come out, and then I went back to her tummy. That's the logic that this 6-year-old has, okay? So, yeah, I'm not too worried about her thinking she's going to hell because she thinks that she lived in her mom's feet while her mom was pregnant with her because she was too big for her tummy. I can tell you with absolute certainty her mom's feet are not that big, okay? I said, I bet you were a big baby because she's a big girl. I mean, she is... Okay, I mean, granted, I'm 5 foot tall, granite countertops. I'm 5 foot tall, but she's up to here at 6, almost 7. She told me this morning, my birthday's coming up. And I said, what do you want for your birthday? It's September 6th. I said, what do you want for your birthday? And she said, cupcakes and cakes. And I said, no, I mean the present. She goes, oh, you mean dinner. Well, I said, no, not food. The child is food obsessed. Food obsessed, I tell you. I said, no, a gift. And she goes, I don't know, like some candy? I said, we'll discuss this later, okay? Along with heaven and hell, Jesus, and then she told me she was dumb. I said, you are not dumb. I said, and I want you to repeat that. I am not dumb, and she never would say it. I said, look, Phoenix, you're like me. We're not dumb, but we learn differently than other people. I could not sit in a classroom to this day and have someone talk, lecture, and me get a single thing. I have to do, I have to write, I have to take notes. Doing is the best part for me. I have to read. I can't just listen and get the lesson, okay? So we just learn differently, and you are not dumb. So we're going to work on all these things. But anyway, it's time for me to go to work. So y'all have a great day. Remember, I love you. Jesus loves you. I hope he's coming back soon because people be crazy. And I will talk to you on the next Tracy Tries. Toodles, my noodles, and stay silly, my friends. Smile, because it makes people happy. And it seems to really upset others. Okay, bye.